Hello, I'm Bruce Harders, and this is Voices in the Village. Today we have with us Amy Osborne Cook, and we're going to talk about the world of caregiving. Amy, thanks for dropping by, and welcome to Voices in the Village.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. Well, Amy, exactly what do you do?
Well, I am the Executive Director of the Association of Skilled Nursing Providers. That's a mouthful, I know. ASNP is what we call it. So we basically try to help educate the public about what constitutes good skilled nursing care. And we also try to promote best practices within the industry as well.
How do you get involved in good practices? How do you do that? Promoting good practices?
Well, we work with many different skilled nursing facilities to try to make sure that they're providing 5-star quality care, make sure that they're working with Medicare to make sure there are 0 deficiencies at their skilled nursing locations, and we're doing a good job.
That's a pretty big job.
It is a big job, and it is also an even bigger job to help educate the public about what is a good quality caregiving relationship.
Right.
You know, whether it's in skilled nursing or whether it's at home. It's very important to know, what do you need to look for to hire a good caregiver?
Well, I noticed your article in our local Globe newspaper, and I thought that would be a great subject for all of you out there. And there were basically 3 points that you made. The first one is, what are your qualifications? These are questions you would ask a potential caregiver. So, what are your qualifications?
That's right. That's the first question that you should ask whenever you're deciding on a caregiver. So whether it's a skilled nursing facility, you should say, what are your qualifications? Why should we choose you? If you're talking to a caregiver that's coming into your home, the same question holds true. Why should we choose you? What are your qualifications? There are some people who work for larger companies and they, have very, very little experience. They basically just sign on day one and try to help people with their activities of daily living. Mm-hmm. Now, there are others who are very experienced and really enjoy what they do, and they do it because it's a passion. So those are the people that you should hire for that first question.
That's a pretty scary environment. Say you're a mother or a father or a daughter or a son looking for a caregiver for your relative. I mean, and not knowing where to start or how to start. How would you start going about that?
Well, another way to start going about that is the second question that I listed in our article, which
we didn't plan this at all.
That's right. As I'm thinking about the article I wrote, which is, what are your star ratings?
Yeah.
The star ratings are, most people don't know this, but Medicare has spent millions of dollars trying to rate these locations, whether it's skilled nursing or home health, to help people understand what is a good facility and what is a good company and what is not. Mm-hmm. So, for example, some 5-star skilled nursing locations that are close are Beachside Nursing in Huntington Beach and Coventry Court in Anaheim. They're all over the place. And some really good home health companies. One that's rated very highly is 24/7 Care at Home, and they're in the area. So when you go onto the internet, type in home health compare or skilled nursing compare, nursing home compare. So and put in Medicare home health compare, Medicare nursing home compare, and you will be able to search in your location to see, what are the 5-star ranked facilities or organizations that are close to you.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a toughie because you, as someone who had never done this before, this is like starting from scratch. And going to the computer and Googling it, I guess I would Google something like, how do I find someone to take care of my mother,
Right.
And mm-hmm. somewhere in that, as I go down all those pages, I guess I'll get to a point that talks about star rating. Because up to now, I wouldn't know star rating from a hole in the head, right?
Well, that's a great point, that when if you type in, who can take care of my mother, 5-star rating, you'll come up with it too.
Yeah, but the point of getting someone to know about a 5-star rating, I mean, I'm lucky because I read your article, but what are all those people out there that haven't seen that or starting from scratch? How would they know about, where would they find initially what the star rating's about.
Well, one place that you can go if you want to look for skilled nursing is bestnursinghomes.com. If it's listed on that site, you know it's a 5-star rated facility. So they only list 5-star rated facilities. Really, that's one of our jobs as a nonprofit organization, is to help make people aware that this exists, because Medicare is doing a great job evaluating these organizations.
Well, now, nursing home, that's an easy one, kind of, but finding a caregiver to come into my home, where I have to decide if this person's qualified, blah, 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 that's a much tougher job.
Right.
So how do people know when they should go to do a nursing home thing or look into the caregiving thing?
Well, I think a lot of it depends on what your doctor says. That's going to be the first place to start.
We have an expert here at our hand, don't we? I mean,
That's
the doctor.
Right, exactly.
And
yes.
you.
Not me. Well, not me. The doctor.
Yeah.
So, most of the time, people go to nursing homes. They are either long-term care facilities, or they're short-term care rehab centers. They're usually both. And so most of the time people go to do short-term rehab there when they're not well enough to go home and rehab on their own. So your doctor can help you decide whether that's your situation for short-term rehab. Now, if you are not doing well and you need 24-hour care that someone at home, like a home caregiver, cannot provide, then the long-term care option is a good one for you.
I suppose there are some doctors that would give you a list of places to call or places that they know that they feel are competent, because there's all kinds of nursing homes out there, aren't
That's
there?
right. There are 16,500 nursing homes in the United States.
Wow.
And they rank from 1-star to 5-star.
Right.
And about 20% of them are rated 5-star. And so it is tricky to try to find the very best. It's a great idea to ask somebody in the hospital.
Right.
And your doctor.
Yeah, well, I think that's the bottom line, that doctor, because when they're used to dealing, and this is one thing they do an awful lot these days, more than they'd like to, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, now the final one is, you would ask, why are you a caregiver? Now, what are you finding out from that?
Well, when you ask somebody face to face, why are you a caregiver? And this would be probably more important for someone that you're interviewing to come into your home. You find a lot of different responses, and you find a lot of different body languages. So if I say to you, why are you a caregiver? And you look me in the eye and you tell me an example of something that touched your heart, I'm going to feel really good about that, probably. If you're looking around and saying, well, I don't really know, then you know that they're probably not very passionate about it. So number one, you want to look for passion.
And compassion.
And compassion. Excellent. Excellently said. Because you need to make sure that they're good, they're doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
You also need to make sure that they have a good personality fit for you. Or if you're interviewing for a parent, that it's a good personality fit for your parent. My parents are aging, and I know that my dad would need a different type of caregiver than my mom, and they would play to their strengths. So you want to find someone who really enjoys being with either you, if you're looking for yourself, or a parent.
Now, talking about your mother and father, how would they be different in what they'd be looking for? So
my mom, she likes to read. She likes to type on her computer. She's a wonderful woman, and she's more private than my dad. So a caregiver for my mom, I would choose someone who respected her space and provided for her needs, but kind of let her do what she wanted to do. My dad would want someone to drive him places. And so I would definitely need to have someone with a driver's license.
Yeah, right. But by that time, he wouldn't be driving himself.
That's right.
He lost that freedom. That would be a big thing, to lose that freedom. I had a friend, a couple that I know, what the woman asked the husband, what are we going to do when you can't drive anymore? And he said, we'll stay at home. Well, Amy, it's been absolutely a pleasure to have you here today, and I think our audience out there has learned a lot, because this is a big problem for so many people out there, and they don't even know where to start. So I think we've given you all a good start. So anyway, Amy, thanks for coming. And for all you out there, this has been Bruce Harders with Voices in the Village. Now you come back soon. Bye now.